Hello everyone, my name is Chengetai and welcome to my series of Excel 2016 how-to. And today I'm going to be talking about the sum function. I'm going to be looking at different ways that you can add numbers in Excel. The first one is to use the sum function, and I'm going to be showing you how you get functions, how you write them, or you can get the actual functions of fx. The first thing that you need to do is to determine where you want your sum or your total, your answer to be. So let's say I want to get the total of these numbers here, which are my monthly salaries. So I want to know how much we're going to be paying out this month on salaries only. So if I want my total monthly salary to be here, I'll click in this cell. This is where my answer is going to be. I need a bit of formatting so you will see colors and bolding and everything, but you're not going to, it's beyond the scope of this clip that I'm doing now. So after clicking here, I need now to put my sum function. Method number 1. You click on fx here, and then you get a dialog box that tells you about the functions that you get to use in Excel. These that you see here, as you can look at, if you look up here, it says most recently used. This is where the functions that you're going to be using are going to come. We have some function already enabled here, but you could type some here and click go, and you still get there's a sum function coming. Let's do that. If you come right about here, type sum, say go, you say it will highlight the sum function. It was already, the good thing is we already highlighted here. If you choose here, you can see the type of functions that you can choose in Excel: financial, data and type, math and trick, statistical, etc. So the best way I recommend is for you to search for the function here if you can't find it on the list. Now, because we have it on the list, we will click OK to select the sum. When you click OK, here you get the sum function put in your box where your answer is supposed to be. And now what you only have to do is to select the range which you want to sum. And for you to be able to select the range that you want to sum, there are quite a number of ways that you can do. You can either come here and click on the first cell and drag down like this. But let's take this one out of the way. If you want to take this dialog box out of the way, supposing you've got too much data on your screen, you can click on this one and you can even move it away. Then come here and click on this one and rather drag up to the end and press enter. After pressing enter, you will find that the answer is now been put here, but the answer that we are having here is bigger than the size of the cell. If you want to see all of it, you can come here and double click here, and then we get the answer as 121,265 rands is the total amount of salary that will pay this month for all these people. So if you double click in there, you can see the sum function, which is equal to the sum of E2 to E20, and here you can see the same thing here. You have a choice of editing this if you want to edit this, or just to leave it as it is. So I'm going to have to press enter again, and you can see that the sum is equal to this one. Now I'm going to click here and press delete to remove this and show you another way that you can do to get the sum function. So when you come here and click on this cell where you want to put the answer, you type equal sign from the keyboard, sum, and you see sum coming up here. There's also sum if here, but don't worry about this. I'm going to talk about sum if in another clip. Today I'm just going to focus on sum. When you see sum here, you have an option to open bracket, and then it will tell you that the formula is that you're supposed to put a range now. So I'm going to come and highlight this range up to the end and press enter, and you can see the answer. you realize that there's nothing here in my total annual salary column. And for me to be able to have a total annual salary, I need to come here and multiply this monthly salary by 12 months, because in a year we've got 12 months. So to do that, I have to come here and put an equal sign, and then look at which cell I want to multiply, which is this one. So I can just click on this cell and it will write for me E2, and I'm going to put a times, which is in your keyboard, and then you put 12, and after this you press enter, and you can see that the answer for this is 30,768. So this is the annual salary for Peter, and if I want to get annual salary for James, I can do pretty much the same thing that I did for Peter. But Excel has got this autofill like most. You can take your mouse and come to this bottom right hand corner, and you can choose either to click and drag down to the end here and release your mouse, and all this is autofilled for you. If I click on any one of these, if I look up, it's multiplying these cells by 12 as I did in the first time. I'm gonna have to undo this to come back here and show you another trick that I like so much. If you take your mouse to the bottom right hand corner here, and you see this hairline, the mouse changes to a hairline, you can come, as soon as you see it, you just double click here, and everything is filled down for you. And when this happens, we now have your annual salaries for all the 19 people that we have in our organization. And now we are able to come down here and calculate the annual salary for the 19 people, the total annual salary. That means the bill, the salary bill that we're going to have by the end of the year. So let's do what we did the other time. I'm going to show you another method of summing this by using what is called the auto sum. For the auto sum, you come to the top right hand corner and you can see this under editing. There is auto sum. If you point on auto sum, it will show you that it's going to sum everything above this. Now let's see how this is going to pull this fast. Let's click on auto sum, and when you click on auto sum, it goes up and sees a figure, and after that figure it doesn't see anything, so it thinks that we want to sum that figure only. We do not want to sum this figure, so I'm going to tell it that we want to sum from here down up to here, and release, and it's now showing that we are summing from F2 to F20. If you press enter, you find that the figure that we're going to pay annually for all these people is 1,455,180 rands. So this is the annual salary that we're going to pay. So we've got it. We could have used the same method that we used before. Let me remove this, okay, and say is equal to sum, and double click on sum, and then drag this to the end and press enter. You still get the same answer. Now that's another method that you can use if you are going to use the sum function. You can use the auto sum, you can use the sum function, you still get pretty much the same answer. If I want to find out in my organization who is the highest paid employee, I can use the max function. So to use the max function, I can go here and click on here. Remember, first of all, I've selected where I want the salary to show, and then I can click on FX, and then in FX I want max. Fortunately for me, the max function is already shown here. Otherwise, I could have searched for it here and I would still find it. So I'm going to select the max function, click OK, and the max function is telling me that it's going to check in the range F2 to F23. Is that the range that I want? No, that's not the range I want. So I'm going to point it to the range that I want. I want it to check in this range which one is the highest paid employee. But if you look here, you will find that it's already telling me that the person who is earning 9,874 is the highest paid employee in this organization. Okay, I'm going to click OK to see the results, and you can find that 9,774 is the highest paid employee. If you check on these numbers, that should be the person who is the highest paid employee, which is Betty in this case. Okay, I can also do the same thing that I did with Sam. I can say is equal to max, and max comes here, and then I can double click max, and I will give it the range, and then press enter to get Betty's salary as the highest of the salaries for my organization. If I want to find the lowest, it's almost the same thing that I did here. I'm going to click here, but this time I'm going to use the mean function. So I don't see the mean function here. Let me just push down. Still, even if I look down, I don't see the mean function. So I come here and I type mean. I go press go, and my mean function will come here and press OK. I like that one. And the range for the mean function just says 24. I want it to be the same range as my max function. It's already telling me that the lowest paid employee is one earning 2,145. I'm going to check who that is. That's Timber, and I'm going to click OK. It tells me that this is the minimum of the lowest salary that I have. Now I'm going to find the average monthly salary for my organization. I'm going to click here where I want the average salary to be, and then I'm going to come to effects, and I don't see, yes, fortunately for me I have average here, but I would have searched for it by typing average here and still say go, and then you can find it. But let's say I've got average here. I'm just going to click on average, and I'm going to click OK, and then it tells me that it's going to look for average for the range F24 to 25. That's not exactly what I want, so I'm going to point it to this, and then it already tells me the average. Is this the correct average? What is it? Yes, it says it's the 6,382. So I'm going to click on OK, because I think I'm happy with this, and then you find that the average is given here as 6,382. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this clip on the sum function, the average function, the max function, and the mean function. I also touched a bit on the autofill, on how you can autofill after calculating on one field, then you can autofill the rest of the fields. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video tutorial. Should you find anything that you want to communicate with me, my email address is given at the end of the clip. And if you like my tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to give any other comment, please write me an email. I try to respond to all emails that I receive within 48 hours. Should you like this tutorial, please like my tutorial, and also give as much feedback as you can. I'll be doing much more tutorials on this Excel version 2016. Goodbye for now.